CBS special assignment, the trail of a serial killer, one of the worst in California's history. Investigative reporter Drew Griffin joins us now with that. Drew.
And the question tonight, Gretchen and Harold, are the killings over or just on hold? His murder spree spread from Santa Barbara to Ventura to Orange County, then in 1986 suddenly stopped. Has he stopped, or are police racing to catch a killer before he can kill again?
Robert Offerman and Alexandra Manning, hands tied in a rare diamond knot, tortured, raped, and beaten to death. They were the first victims.
He spent up to 4 hours in the crime scene and raping and sodomizing again and again, over and over again.
It was December 30th, 1979. For the next 7 years, the killings would come, one almost every 6 months. Then a 5-year gap, unexplained, until the killer returns for his last victim, May 4th, 1986. At first, they were thought to be all separate crimes, separate towns, separate killers. But Orange County Detective Larry Poole says what brought them all together came from the bodily fluid the killer left behind. Stored away and saved until DNA technology has caught up with him, the samples, just last year, sent off to a crime lab, came back with startling results. Not only is the killer connected to each and every one of these murder victims, he is, in fact, the worst serial rapist Sacramento has ever known. A man who, before he began murdering, was raping as many as 50 women.
We didn't expect to find out what we found out.
Jennifer Smith was just 18 when her father was murdered.
At the time, we thought it was someone more within my father's circle. To find out that it was absolutely random is shocking.
The rapist-turned-killer's trail is left behind in volumes of crime books stacked like a personal library in Detective Poole's Santa Ana office. Over his head, the only known sketch developed from a victim who lived. And there is something else. The voice of the killer caught on a message machine.
This guy is certainly the most brazen serial killer that we've ever examined.
Since 1986, there hasn't been a trace. He could be dead, he could be disabled, or Poole believes he could be locked up in California's prison system, serving time that is running out.
Is he there for life? Does he get out next year? Does he get out next week?
Poole is now racing to find him before he gets out, and his best chance may not be here in prison, but across the San Francisco Bay inside this nondescript office building where every day blood samples arrive. It is the blood of California prison inmates, sorted, labeled, fingerprinted, then entered into a growing database which aims to link prisoners with unsolved crimes. If this serial killer's blood comes through this lab, the deadly puzzle will be solved. But there's a hitch. Inmates are being asked if they want to give their blood, and a growing number are simply saying no. More than 900 so far have kept their blood out of the system. They are the hardcore criminals that most likely have something to hide. For Jennifer Smith, who has waited 22 years for her father's killer to be caught, the bureaucratic tie-up allowing inmates to thumb their nose and their blood at the law is an insult to every victim left in this killer's trail.
It's very frustrating to think that if there's somebody out there that's committed a felony, they're in prison, they were actually convicted, and we are still blocked from getting this information. It's a law that needs to be changed.
The state's District Attorneys Association wants the prison system to quit asking prisoners for their blood samples and simply take it. But the Department of Corrections says it won't force inmates to give blood unless there's a court order or a new law saying force is okay. In the meantime, the number of those inmates refusing to give blood appears to be growing, and detectives fear they may be running out of time.
All right. Thanks, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.